Well, what a snow day. Thousands of schools and businesses are closed with an early start to this MLK holiday weekend. We'll update you on the TDOT crews who are hard at work keeping us safe and treating our roadways. Plus, we'll find out about the airline delays stacking up at the airport. First, though, Kimberly Davis is live now in West Nashville. And Kimberly, what's going on there?
Well, Vicki, TDOT is getting ready for this snowstorm that we're expecting later on today. It's getting colder, temperatures are plummeting, and the wind is starting to pick up. We spoke with a truck driver earlier who has started plowing the roadway since 5 o'clock this morning. He just got off. He told us he filled his truck up with salt 3 times. He says that is a lot. They usually only fill the truck up about 1.5 times. We're joined here today with Catherine Schulte. She's a spokesperson with TDOT. Talk about the preparations you guys have been doing up until today.
Well, unfortunately, because of the rain ahead of the system, we weren't able to pre-treat the roads with brine. So early this morning, right before the temperatures hit freezing, we started going out there and salting the roads and kind of creating a makeshift brine that mixed with the water. So our goal was just to get the salt out there as the temperatures were dropping to help add an extra line of defense.
And how are the roadways right now? How are they looking?
It really depends on where you are. In the Nashville metro area, the interstates aren't too bad, but as we get west, we are seeing more slick spots on the interstate.
Okay, thank you so much, Catherine, for talking with us this morning. So as you heard it, they are expecting some slick spots on the roadways throughout the day. So if you don't have to be out here, they're suggesting that you stay home. But for now, that's the latest in West Nashville. I'm Kimberly Davis. We'll send things over to Rebecca, who has the latest on road conditions from the studio.
All right, Kimberly, thanks so much. This is a look right now of the exact conditions you would face if you head out on the roads in the Nashville area right now. Blake Rosnowski is in live drive, and you can see from her dash cam, she's having a hard time keeping her windshield completely dry. That's because every few minutes she's having to pull over and actually clear the ice off of her windshield wipers. It's coming down as rain, she says, but then quickly turning into frozen precipitation because of the temperatures out there. We've had some crazy scenes already this morning. This is one of them. A truck dangling off the edge of this cliff right here after it had slid down the embankment from a construction zone. This is I-40 eastbound approaching the 440 loop, and you can see right here they've actually added a chain so that it is still there right now. This isn't going to fall over though and tumble down into the shoulder. It's going to be safe and everything is fine right there. This is a look at McEwen, some of the conditions people were seeing on the roads a little bit earlier, some of that sleet and ice, and this is when we were in Waverly a little bit earlier. This is Highway 13. Heads up. Looks like we do have some snow plows trying to get through and clear the way here, but it's going to be a long day for all of those snow truck drivers. And if you are heading out to the airport today, things could be messy for you as well. Let's get a check-in with Dan at the airport.
And good morning from inside Nashville International Airport. All eyes on flights coming in and out of the city as this winter storm was approaching this morning. There were quite a few cancellations even before the worst of it arrived, just because of how bad the weather has been elsewhere. In fact, at 7 o'clock this morning, for example, there were 19 cancellations, and just 2 hours prior to that, there were only 10. We have seen a lot of Titans fans coming into the airport on their way to Foxborough for the big game against the Patriots tomorrow. We do know that one Boston flight was canceled a little earlier this morning. One was delayed as well. Of course, the best advice from the airlines is call or check before you arrive at the airport. We've already seen several people turned away, having to go back home for the day after learning their flight was canceled. And with more winter weather on the way throughout the day, it's likely we'll only see more red up there. Reporting from Nashville International Airport, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
Good morning, everybody. Amy Watson here in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and I am getting pelted by this freezing rain. The conditions have changed this morning. We started out with rain. Now we have freezing rain and sleet coming down. The roads are still passable. They're still fine. Drivers rolling a speed limit roll right there, but these side streets, as you see all the white, it is accumulating and it's getting slick in this parking lot. We're at the farmer's market, by the way, downtown. And, you know, we've slipped, and there, a couple of times I almost fell walking around this area. So be careful when you get out. And remember, the roads, although they may look okay right now, they're going to get worse throughout the day. Temperature right now, 23 degrees. It feels like 8. And we were just grilling out at my house on Wednesday when it was almost 70 degrees. Back to you.
All right.